Hello, my name is Mariah Wooten.
My name is Jessie Strong, the grandmother of Mariah.
Okay, and basically my topic today is going to be about, did integration really help out the black community like it was supposed to, or did it really hinder the black community? I'm just going to start off. My first question is when and where were you born?
I was born in Houston County. The kitchen, the dining room, and the eating is on one side. The sleeping, the fireplaces on the other side.
Okay. And describe to me a bit what life was like for you as a child before integration, before blacks were allowed to attend school with whites. That happened in 1954 when the case of the Supreme Court ruled in favor of Brown versus the Board of Education.
Well, I went to a school they called Posto, and it was all black. It had a gym, a dining room. I mean, it had a kitchen where you can go to eat. And then it had three classrooms, and we would go to the gymnasium and make three classrooms out of the gym. And we had a small office that was the principal office. And we would walk to school 5 miles across a field. We had to cross a branch, and we would walk with the lady that did the cooking in the morning, and that was who we would go to school with. And when it rained, it was the principal of the school would come by and pick us up in a little pickup truck. We ride on a little pickup truck when it rains. But when the sun shining, and deer on the ground, this and that, we had to walk to school and back in the evenings. It was wonderful. It was bad. But we didn't know any better. All we know, we had to go to school and made it better best way we could.
Okay. And so like as far as the classroom, how was school for you before integration?
Classes was okay. I did not have parents to teach me how to read or write. My parents did not go to school, but I had to go to school. And I had to make it the best way that I knew how. And that was sometime when we had to write something, I would copy off another person's papers or ask them to help me do this and that. And then sometime I would stay in the evening and ask the teachers what to help me. And they would help me before all the other groups that walked to school with me. Before they got out, I had to run and catch up with them after I got through talking to the teachers. And she would help me with a few things because she know my dad and mother did not go to school, and they did not know how to help me.
Okay, and so before segregation was illegal, what were the conditions of your school supplies? Like good, they were messed up.
The school, we had writing tablets to show us how to write. We had to use those yellow pencils with the erasers. Our tablets was yellow. The paper was yellow. For books, we had a reader, a speller, a math book, and a writing book. And that we had 4 books. And we had to study those before the next day. That's what we have to take home to study.
And how old were you at this time?
At that time, my time, for me to be in school, I had to wait because my age came up after school time. And I started when I was at the age of 7.
What was life like for you after they changed the laws making segregation illegal? Just life period, the everyday activities.
It was nice, but we had to cafe or something like that to the drive-in. We would have to go to the back windows to order our food to go.
Even after segregation?
Even yeah, after surgery, some of them, because see, I was not the one. We couldn't always go to town and go and order stuff because see, our meals were pinto beans, cornbread, iced tea, and pork bones or whatever we can get. We did not go to places and order hamburgers, or we didn't know how to do that. That wasn't for us then. But then back in those days, I have been with peoples to go, but we had to go down the side and in the back window and order. So
how did your parents or my great grandparents feel about you going to a white school?
all they did was told us to be ourselves, not to fight, not to argue, not to, start no trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we did, we would have to pay for it. But you know what I mean? They taught us to do unto others as we have them to do unto others.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So after integration and you started going to the white school, what were the quality of the materials, the school supplies, and the books? Were they better, worse, or just the same?
They had better things than we had back there.
Mm-hmm.
They had better things because at that time back there, we had ink pens. We had to buy ink.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on in the year, they had the ballpoint pens. Then we put the ink down and use the ballpoint pens and the pencils. Okay, like I said, we had notebooks with white paper.
Mm-hmm.
Back when I was in the color school, those tablets with the yellow paper and the pencil.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, it was better. It was better. And we just had to, after the integration, we just had to go through a lot. And what I mean, they began to have spelling contests and stuff like that. And then they have each one to get up and make a report before the classes. We didn't do that back there. On rainy days is when I went to school. When the sun was shining and pretty, I had to go to the cotton fields and work.
Mm-hmm.
But we had to help make a living.
Before school.
Yes, even though in school, when I have to miss days, they would keep me out on those nice days, and I had to go to the fields and work. And when it rained or something like that, or cloud at work, we'd catch the bus and go to school.
So, what is one moment from your childhood that sticks out in your memory now?
When we didn't have clothes like the other children's were. Our clothes come from the flour sack. They had, when you buy flour, the pinto beans, they would take the flour sack. If their sack had flowers in it, they would take 2 of those flour sacks and sew them together and make us a skirt out of them. The plain white sacks, they take that and make us a slip out of it. Or we got shoes once a year, and if the lace or if something come out, the toe would tear open, they would take some hay water and a pair of pliers and put some water between over the toes. And
with all the riots and the incidents where many blacks have gotten killed, like Emmett Till and other others who were lynched across America, was integrating into white schools worth all the struggle and the pain that, you know, many African Americans felt at that?
After all, it was worth coming together.
Yeah.
It was worth coming together.
If you had the choice, would you have went to school with the white kids, or would you have stayed at your school that was only black?
If I had the choice, I'm glad I had the choice I have now. Work with them.